I studied for free here in the United States of America. 100% free with 100% fully funded scholarships. I've never paid even a single dollar for my education here in the United States. And it's true. And the fully funded scholarships are real. Thousands and thousands of people around the world are applying for these scholarships every single day. And they get them. So, by sharing a little bit of my story is to make sure you understand that, first of all, fully funded scholarships are there. And if you know the secret on how to apply, how to prepare a winning scholarship application, you'll be one among the next people to get fully funded scholarships. My name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, EBM. I was born and raised in Tanzania. Growing up in a small town in Kigoma, western part of Tanzania. I had a dream, not like a dream of Martin Luther King, but as a person growing up, my biggest dream was one day to come and live in the United States of America. So I started to find what are the ways to go overseas. So many pathways. But for me, I believed in education. I knew the only way I have 100% in control of is education. If I study very hard, I get good scores, good results, good GPA, and then I go and find ways to apply, prepare strong application. I can control all the processes. I cannot control some of the other pathways. For instance, when it comes to diversity lottery program or green card lottery to come to America, I can apply each year, but you apply once. I cannot control that process. That's why myself, I'm a biggest believer, the biggest believer of people using academic is one among the pathways to go to overseas. Yes, there are fully funded scholarships. So when the time comes for you to apply for these opportunities, you must be ready. You must be well prepared. That's what I did. I knew to come direct to America was the most complicated thing. So I was open to apply also for opportunities in Europe, just in case. So if I don't get in America, I can go to other countries, and later I can come to America as my final destination, is the country which I loved the most at that particular time. Up to now, I have no any regret by being here. So I applied while I was still a university student at the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. I was studying political science and language studies. While I was finishing my second year, I got to see advertisement that the U.S. Department of State have the program called Fulbright Foreign Language Teaching Assistantship Program, FLTA, under what is called the IIE, Institute of International Education. So, U.S. Department of State, in collaboration with the IIE, Institute of International Education, have that particular opportunity. And in each country, the U.S. Embassy of that particular country is in that particular country is the one advertising, doing the interviews and all processes for people to be able to process and come to America. Within Fulbright, there are so many categories. The category I apply for that particular opportunity is called Fulbright FLTA, Foreign Language Teaching Assistantship Program, where people from around the world are coming to America to teach their own languages at the university level and their culture. So because I'm coming from Tanzania, I came to teach Swahili language and African culture at the university. That is how my journey to come to America started. So while I was in my final year of the University of Dar es Salaam in 2008, I knew exactly when I would be traveling. It was the matter of time. I finished my studies on 28th of May 2008. And in August 15, I got into the plane to come to the United States. I first landed in the great state of California. I went to Stanford University for 1 week orientation. Then after 1 week, I went to the university I was assigned, the university in one of the universities in West Virginia. The university is called Marshall University. At Marshall University, there was a course called Global Connections, Understanding Africa, which that course is mainly talking about African culture in general, but also subset you are doing some Swahili courses to teach. I taught there for 1 year. That scholarship was worth over 40,000 US dollar for 10 months. So I was able, they paid for visa, they paid for flight ticket, they paid for the money to start the life between the day I'm traveling until I'm arriving in America, the time of orientation I was paid for, and each month I was getting paid the stipend, the living expenses. And West Virginia is a little bit, cost of living is very, very low. So I was getting about 1,100, around that, no, 1,200, I think, if not mistaken. And that was 2008. And they pay for some of the courses I was taking, they paid all of them. So it was a fully funded, 100% covered. While I was doing teaching at that particular university, I started applying for other opportunities, scholarships for masters. Remember, I came here with a bachelor's degree. I applied 25 universities or 25 scholarships in that way, both here in the United States and some overseas, though most of the scholarships were here in the United States. Out of 25, trust me, I'm not the only one who is looking for scholarships. That's why I usually tell people, you need to prepare strong application, not for one university, for as many as possible. Just think about Cristiano Ronaldo. Think about Lionel Messi, for those who are following soccer or football in Africa, we say. How many shots are they taking on target to have one goal? Until they become the top goal scorer for that particular calendar year, they have 40 goals or 50 goals in a calendar year. They have shots over 200, 300 shots on target. So don't expect to apply one university and get a scholarship, because there are people in India are very, very smart. And there is over 1 billion people in India. They have better GPA than you. They have better work experience sometimes. And then they are competing with you. There are over 1 billion people in China. They are also open to get those scholarships because they are fully funded scholarships for everyone. If they say international, also Chinese coming to America or going to Europe are international. In Nigeria, there are over 185 to 200 million people in one country. Nigerians are smart people. They are ready to take any challenge to compete at a higher level. So if you just apply and just mediocre, you'll be in so much trouble. So I knew what I'm going up to. Even if I know, I prepared a very strong application and applied 25 scholarships. Guess how many scholarships I got? Just 3. Meaning, averaging every 80 scholarships I applied, I got one. Not that was easy. It was very frustrating. Every week you get like a rejection letter. It's not that I don't qualify. If there are 2 scholarships and there are 200 people apply, no matter what qualification you have, you will be denied. That's why you need to apply as many applications as possible. So I got 3 areas to go. 1 in Europe, 2 in America. I chose to stay in America because that was my destiny. And I went to one among the great university, the University of San Diego in California. And I went to study peace studies and conflict resolution. In that university, I got 2 scholarships, over $60,000 worth of scholarship. $36,000 was from Joan B. Kroc School of Peace Scholarship. So that school has their own scholarship to cover tuition and fees. And then I got external scholarship, $24,000 from Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship for me to be able to cover my living expenses. So it was average about $2,000 per month. California is expensive. So that's how I got into that particular program. There are so many things in between. I'm telling you the end result. I got scholarships. But between, I had to know what is the application timeline. What exams should I take? The GRE or GMAT or TOEFL or IELTS. What exam should I take? Who should write me recommendation letters? Remember, we're applying 25. So if you get 3 recommendation letters, that's 75 letters. Who is going to write all those letters? How to write a resume in a competitive manner. Not the resume of your name, date of birth, marital status, the tribe. No, those do not matter anymore. How do I compete with everyone? Then at one point, I applied for PhD. I applied for 15 universities. I got admission to 2, fully funded. But I decided not to go for my PhD. But what I'm trying to explain is don't apply for fewer universities. You'll be disappointed. No matter what your GPA is, even if it's all straight A, you are not alone. There are so many other people are looking for similar opportunities. Get ready to be very competitive. So in this fully funded scholarship channel, I want you to subscribe. I want you to be one among the people, to share also with others, to get in touch, to find the resources, and I'm be sharing the books I've written. This is one among these books, but I have 3 of this one. This is a free book I usually share to people to be able to download. The other books are here. So that is a little bit of my story. And I have over 14 years of experience sharing, teaching people how to prepare this application, what mistakes to avoid, what things to pay attention in order for them to be able to get 100% education covered, all expenses, fully funded scholarships. Again, this is EBM. Ernest Boniface Makulilo. Until next time, talking to you from my home office here in Belton, Missouri, United States of America.